Welcome to episode 14. This is Ty's Wrestling World. It is time for my flashback review of arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time. WrestleMania 17. Commentators of the show tonight were Jim Ross and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's first ever pay-per-view as a commentator for the WWE. So, we were live from Houston, Texas. First match of the night, we had Chris Jericho defending his Intercontinental title with then WWF Commissioner, former European Champion, William Regal. Chris Jericho wins via linesaw and retains his Intercontinental Championship. I rate this match 3 stars, a great technical bout to kick off the show. It was a great mid-card feud between Chris Jericho and William Regal. I enjoyed the match. We had William Regal assault the injured right arm of Chris Jericho in the match, which William Regal injured the prior week on Raw with the Regal stretch. I thought it was a pretty amazing match. It was a great way to kick off the show, a great Intercontinental title match. Back with the Intercontinental title had prestige. Episode 2, we had Tazz teaming up with the APA versus Right to Censor members Val Venus, Bull Buchanan, and the Goodfather. Tazz and APA win via Bradshaw clothesline for fucking hell on, I think it was the Goodfather, I'm pretty sure. Rate 2 stars. This is near the end of Right to Censor. Right to Censor have been together for about 8-9 months. It's near the end of their reign here in WWE. And what way it ended with Tazz and the APA beating them at WrestleMania. I had no problems with it. None whatsoever. Next, we have a hardcore title match. Raven defending his hardcore title against the Big Show and Kane. Things we saw in this match. It was basically, I remember seeing Big Show backstage locking Raven in the room and locking a door. Came in and busted the door. But they were trying to isolate Raven. They just didn't want to face each other. We saw Kane throw Raven through a glass window. We saw go-kart racing. We saw Kane run over Raven with a go-kart, which is really hilarious. Kane and Big Show both had each other goozled. They went through the wall. We saw Kane take Big Show and Raven off the stage, and ending with Kane with a diving leg drop off the stage on the Big Show, and Kane wins his first ever hardcore title. Next, we see a European title match. Test defending with Eddie Guerrero, who would have Perry Saturn at ringside. Eddie Guerrero will win his European title when another Radical member, Dean Malenko, would distract the ref, and Eddie would hit him with the European title. You see, I don't think Eddie should have went over this one. I think they should have had Test had a longer European title reign. Maybe had Test get a big win at WrestleMania, have Eddie win at Backlash, which is the following pay-per-view, which I will review Saturday. It was a good match, though. We rate 3 stars. Next match of the night, we had Kurt Angle versus Chris Benoit, and a really great technical bout. You can never have a bad match with those two men in it. I rate this match 3.5 stars. It's truly amazing. Next, we had Ivory defending her women's title against Chyna. Chyna would squash Ivory and win her first ever women's title back in December, which would be 4 months prior to this. Right to Censor would injure Chyna's neck at the Royal Rumble. Chyna would re-injure her neck and finally gets her revenge at WrestleMania 17. Next, we had the famous street fights. Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon with Stephanie McMahon at ringside. Mick Foley as a ref. We saw signs used. We saw a kendo stick used. We saw Shane crashing through the announce table. Trish would turn on Vince McMahon and slap her. Vince would end up hitting Mick Foley with a chair. We saw trash cans used. We saw Linda McMahon stand up for the first time in months and low blow Vince. And end with Shane for the first time in his career going coast to coast into a trash can on Vince. And Shane McMahon wins 43.5 stars. Next, in my eyes, the greatest ladder match. Tables, ladders, chairs 2 for the tag team titles. Dudley Boys versus Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Spots we saw, Edge would jump off a chair and clothesline Matt Hardy off the ladder. Jeff Hardy would dropkick Edge off the ladder. Hardy Boys jump off ladders simultaneously into a leg drop and splash combo on Christian. Bubba would powerbomb Jeff Hardy on edge through a table. All 6 men would fall off the ladder. Spike would show up and hit a deadly dog on Christian to the outside through the table. Rhino would gore Matt Hardy through a table. We saw a 3D on Lita. Jeff Hardy would hit a swanton bomb off a gigantic ladder on Rhino and Spike from 2 tables. Edge would jump off his ladder in his great moment, spearing Jeff Hardy 15 feet in the air. Rhino would throw Matt Hardy and Bubba Ray off the ladder to the outside through 4 tables. Edge and Christian win the tag team titles again, becoming the kings of the ladder matches, rate 5 stars. Next, we see a Gimmick Battle Royal, which I think to a lot of fans at this time was a piss break match. We saw Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby Heenan do commentary. Participants: Bushwhackers, Duke the Dumpster Josie, Iron Sheik, Earthquake, The Goon, Doink the Clown, Kamala, Kimchi, Repo Man, Jim Cornette, Nikolai Volkov, Freebird, Michael P.S. Hayes, One Man Gang, Gobbledygooker, Tugboat, Hillbilly Jim, Brother Love, and Sergeant Slaughter. Here's the elimination order: Repo Man, Gobbledygooker, Tugboat, Earthquake, Kimchi, Bushwhacker Luke, Jim Cornette, Duke Josie, The Goon, Bushwhacker Butch, Nikolai Volkov, Doink the Clown, Michael Hayes, One Man Gang, Kamala, Brother Love, Sergeant Slaughter, Hillbilly Jim. Iron Sheik wins the Gimmick Battle Royal. Our next match is time, which a lot of people forget about this match. In my eyes, the best WrestleMania match to these two: Triple H versus The Undertaker. Undertaker wins via a last ride. I rate this 4 stars. Their best WrestleMania match, better than Hell in a Cell, better than their No Holds Barred match. I mean, we saw Triple H take a sledgehammer and bust open Undertaker with it. We saw Undertaker hit the tombstone of Triple H, pedigree Undertaker. It was just an amazing match. Main event, it was The Rock defending his WWF title against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold Steve Austin would win the WWF title, rate 5 stars. Also known as the night that Stone Cold sold his soul to Vince McMahon and making a heel turn. First time Austin had been heel since 1996, 1997, somewhere around that time. It was an amazing match. Austin and Rock's best match they ever had against each other. And that's saying a whole lot there. I get this pay-per-view rated 5 stars. Make sure you check out my NXT review tomorrow night. SmackDown, don't forget Hell in a Cell this Sunday on the WWE Network, only for $9.99. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.